Welcome to today's daily cooking show featuring a shepherd's pie. Our chef for today will be Ben Chen. Here are our ingredients. There's 1 to 2 pounds of ground beef, some barbecue sauce, ground pepper, salt, 1 to 2 chopped onions, at least 3 to 4 baked potatoes, and here comes the veggies. There's corn, peas, carrots, and some butter. There you have it. Alright, here we go. Ben has already began to peel and started boiling the potatoes as well. You want to soften them up as much as you can, or as much as you want. There we go. Next, you want to chop up the onions. You want at least 1 to 2 in there. You don't want too much or too little. So that should be perfect. Now, this process takes a while, so we're gonna have to speed it up a bit. Just to warn you, the majority of this video will be speeded up a bit since it is a long process. Alright, now we're done with the onions. We're just putting it into a dish and put it aside for now, as we'll need it later. Next, we take the carrots and we do the same thing like we did with the onions. Here we go, we chop, chop, chop. Now you want to be careful. It's nice to look good when cooking, but you might as well be safe. So, just careful. You can't look as good as me. Just like the onions, we'll put it on a plate and leave it for later. By this time, it seems like the potatoes are ready to be scooped up and mashed. Whoops, looks like he dropped something. Now, you're gonna have to mash up the potatoes. The potatoes, when you take them out, you should check if it's soft enough for you, because it's different for everyone. Now just nicely mash them up. You don't want any big chunks in there. And we'll take butter and cut it right in half, and we'll save 1 half for later. Put this half into the mashed potatoes and start mashing once again. Now we take the second half of our stick of butter, and the fun begins as you put it into the pan. Just swirl it around. First you take the onions, just carefully pour it into the pan and just saute the onions. You'll probably start noticing the sweet smell. Next we take the meat, also carefully pour it into the pan. So just keep mixing it around so it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan, and you can see that it's pink, but just keep going until it turns brown, as you can see from a bit of it. Yep, nice and good. Nice and yummy. Now for the salt. Just put it in there, and this is on the chef's preference, since some people like it more salty, some people don't. So just put it in there and mix it around real good, because you don't want big chunks in just one place. You know how salty that gets. Haha. Then we have the veggies. First it's the carrots. Dump it all in there. Next is the corn. Love corn. Then finally the peas. Now that's coming along nicely. Look at all that color. Just mix it all around. Alright, now if you notice carefully that there's actually more water than you actually started with, that's because of the juices from the meat. So before you put it into a container later on, just pour some of the water into a sink, just so it's not too watery. Alright, we're about done with it almost, and we just pour some pepper in, also chef's preference. And finally the barbecue. We want 2 spoonfuls, or more if you like the taste of barbecue. Just mix it around more and we're just about done. Make sure there's no pink meat. You don't want to eat any raw. Doesn't that look amazing? And he seems to be ready. Now just carefully pour it into the container. Do it slowly. You don't want to spill anything. You don't want to burn yourself. You don't want to waste food. Alright. Now let's see. You slowly pour in there. He doesn't seem to use all of it because you don't want to go too over the top or it'll be too much, because we still have mashed potatoes if you forgot. So now he flattens it out. Just make it nice and flat. And there's the mashed potatoes. We also dump it all on top of the meat. Scoop it all in. Almost there. And we're good. He just flattens it out to make it look nice and smooth. Just smooth it all out. Way out. Now he's done with that. You don't always have to do this, but it seems like he wants to add a design on top of it. Let's see, YA exclamation mark, and yeah. Puts on the glove, slowly inserts it into the oven, and your masterpiece is almost done. Let's see. Nice and warm in there. Close it up. You want to bake it at 400 degrees. Alright. Now you want to set the timer to 30 minutes. It seems like the alarm has rung. He's ready to take it out of the oven. That's nice and good. Now, as you can see, the brown edges around the potato, and that's exactly what you want. So if there isn't any, just put it back in for a few more minutes, let it cook. Now it's finally ready to take it all out. Now let's look at this in slow-mo. Perfect. Well, seems like that's it for today, folks. Woo! Yeah! Yeah! Thanks for tuning in.